said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Colorado Buffaloes, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Buffaloes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Running back set up in the pistol. On the move. Makes a man miss. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Let's take just a second and talk about Oregon. By the end of the day, one of these two teams will control their conference destiny the rest of the way. Potential bye in the college football playoff on the line. This game critical at this point in the season for both teams.
And so much talent in this game, too. Outstanding coaching staffs, NFL talent on both teams going into this one. David, this might be a rematch in the conference championship game. We might get to see this matchup again.
Yeah, and it's so nice to have two teams playing so well at the top of their conference. You know this game matters. There's no sleepwalking into this game. You see the numbers at the top of the conference. It's you and it's them. Who's going to come out today?
Third down, and they'll need 5 to keep this opening drive moving. The offense changing the play. Out of the shotgun on third down. Throws to the tight end. Complete to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
There's a great example of the offensive coordinator and quarterback being on the exact same page. The coordinator's anticipating man coverage. The quarterback recognizes it, and immediately he knows which receiver to go to attack this defense.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll try the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
The Ducks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. Wants to adjust the pattern. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete, and all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking for a crease. It's high. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot. But that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. And fires complete. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And offenses keep track of yards after catch consistently. There was none there. Nice job on the defense, swarming to the football as soon as he caught it and getting him on the ground.
Lost to fire on 2nd down. Pocket breaking down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you've worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of this spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Has it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do it.
Turning it on! Inside the 40. At the 30. He's at the... and he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Ducks! You know they love their track at Oregon. And when the gun goes off and he hits open field, he is headed to the tape, and he was burning by the time he hit the end zone.
And they've had guys year after year with serious track speed. They'll get you the small runs, lull you to sleep, and then boom, they make those big plays because they got big-time playmakers with speed at running back.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Going to the ground. Got enough for the first down. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down.
Man, who says you can't run up the middle anymore, right? Everybody thinks, I got to make big plays. I got to go way out to the left, way out to the right, way out in space. Nope, right down the middle. Nice blocking. How about the running back? You could tell the speed, the wheels, does a great job getting down the field, making a huge rushing play.
Coming out on first down with the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage and getting running backs on the ground.
Right back to him on the ground. They don't get nearly enough on third down. Fourth down coming from the 48. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Buffaloes send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On his way back from the 20. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Opening play of this drive comes from the 26-yard line. Going right to work up top. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he goes down right there, but a solid pickup, and it'll be a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
And not great blocking up front. They're struggling to get the running game going. And tell you what, they got to find something. Last week it was a bad performance, and this offense has got to get some momentum early in this game and find something that they do really, really well and someone they can count on.
Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
Now facing a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Well, the defense is waking up now, right? The first drive, they allowed a touchdown. They were a bit scrambled. They kind of all got together, rallied on the sideline. They've been pretty lights out since. Forced a punt on the last possession. They've now got the offense set up in fourth down again. Great job there. Pass defense, third down. This defense now starting to put it together.
They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Got it set up on the outside. Breaks into the open. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Plays like that, but just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the first quarter stats. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. The Buffaloes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Austin. They'll try to run for it. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. And the Buffaloes want to crank the tempo.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
You know, they say sometimes for quarterbacks the hardest throws to make are when the guy's wide open. How do you miss that throw if you're the QB? Just put air on it. You could underthrow it by 10 yards. That receiver would have come back and fielded a punt.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Using his legs, it's Durant. And it'll be a pickup of 9. They're facing a 3rd and 1.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
And the Buffaloes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. This quarterback part of their running game. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine, but then it's scramble plays, and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice gain, this time on the ground.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Bucks! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Michigan left little doubt. You know, this version of the Maize and Blue can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program with multiple national titles. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a Big Ten matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. He's now up to 95 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hip. It'll be 3rd and long. Making side adjustments here. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. And the Ducks will send out the punt unit. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And they'll blow it dead just about the 45-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking for a gap. It's high. Gets it past the marker. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Quick spin on the run. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. The Buffaloes will hustle to the line. Looking downfield on first down. He'll take a shot. Makes the catch. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffaloes!
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
And there will be no return on this one as the ball bounds into the end zone. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wants to go up top on first down. Got his man in the middle.
Well, and a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver of the middle of the field.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
The toss sweep to the right. the 44 with the first down. He's up to 107 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. The quick out. He'll be forced out of bounds. Let's mark it at the 48-yard line as this offense continues its work.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
Motion from the wide receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Found the seam. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move.
Man, you hate that if you're on defense. Third and long, you've got everybody covered downfield, and you let the running back pick it up on a check down throw. You've got to be way better tackling in that situation. That is a blown opportunity for this defense.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And watching this offense the past couple weeks, man, everything's hard. And they got to find a way to get some easier routes, some quicker throws, some higher percentage things because they're just not hitting at a high clip, and they got to find a way to make things easier and alleviate some pressure off their quarterback.
Handoff to the lone back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Quarterback making checks. On third down, he drops to throw. Right down the middle. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Taking it the other way. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Opening play of the drive from the 39. The give to the tailback.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Buffaloes can really attack on this second and short. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. A lot of urgency for this offense. Looking to throw on first down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. Connection to the right. He gets it down to the 30-yard line, and time is running short here in the first half. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The offense burns his third and final timeout of the half.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking the this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Trying to get behind the defense. He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado.
And that's just a fantastic job of executing the two-minute type situation by this offense. Something you practice all week long for end of half and end of game. Quarterback, really nice job. Good job by the staff, too, getting the plays in quickly so they could get up to the line of scrimmage and get going. And them scoring that touchdown with seconds to go here in the first half, piling onto their lead, that gives them tremendous confidence heading into halftime.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. To the air on first down. Going for the big play. He can't haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Ducks will kick it away to start the second half. Here's the return from inside his 10.
The return is tackled down at the 27, and the Colorado offense will take over. First and 10.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see. There he goes! Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. And the Buffaloes headed quickly to the line.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Out of the gun to give to the back. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Snagged in the middle, it's high. At the 40, there he goes. Breaks away on the left. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. The Buffaloes are moving quickly down the field. Quarterback will keep it. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll run it from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Pulls and fired complete. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. This defense backed up, goal to go, and the crowd's giving them some juice. A first down run in the red zone. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Yeah, you want to be physical. You want to assert yourselves. And now listen, I know this is a top 5 defense against the run in college football, but you got to believe you can do it and continue to stay balanced and run the football and be physical down here in the red zone.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
That is just what you want defensively, right? Bend, don't break. They drove down the field a little bit. They got second and goal. Boom. Create that negative play. Now they got third and goal. Now they got to make some decisions. Do they want to be conservative? Do they want to be aggressive? Either way, an advantageous situation.
He's going for the goal line. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Buffs! They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Yeah, how about the design of the play? Doing a great job. Get it to your man, your running back, now turn receiver in space, and let him do damage. Let him catch the football. He can do the rest. Be that special player in space that you know he is, and get into the end zone.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Trying to hit the sideline on the right. Oh, he's got some space. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And obviously, if you're going to be in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy, you got to be putting out big stat games week in, week out. He's been doing it all season long and obviously had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again here today in a game where a lot of Heisman Trophy voters, they're watching this one.
Base 27, John.
They'll give it to the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Running back searching for a hole. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. The marker rests at the 39, and that's what they need here on third down. The snap sets up to throw. He's got him in the flat. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
Quarterback may change this route. Gets the back moving. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He was just a breath from taking that one all the way, and he'll run that momentum right into the 4th quarter. Guys, Colorado has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Step into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give them a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Motion from the wideout. A run for the quarterback. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Austin. Working that left side now. Turning it on. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points, and now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. And the Buffaloes moving quickly to the line. With the run on 1st and goal. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that.
And the offense trying now to put this thing away. They're going to keep running the football to keep bleeding the clock. They've got the lead here late, now down by the goal line. Just take as many seconds off the clock as you can before snapping this football and keep running it.
They lost ground on 1st down. Now 2nd and goal from the 5. On the move. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. using his feet. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. This defense with its back to the wall has been a wall. Now, 4th and goal. What do you think?
Well, if I'm the defense, shoot, I've stuffed you a couple times in a row. I've put that doubt in your head, so I want you to go for it. I'm going to get another stop.
So on 4th and goal, already with the lead, but they'll try to salt this thing away with a touchdown. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Will not be able to turn the corner. He was fighting for that yardage, and he is stopped short.
I think that might be the very definition of just trying to rub salt in the wound, right? You got the lead, multiple possessions, you're looking really, really good. You're late in the ball game, and you go for it again. So just trying to, listen, it's their job to stop you. I like the offense doing what they do. Forget you, defense. Get a stop. That's your job, and you did it.
Feet in the end zone, looking to fire. Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. From his end zone, he'll have to get rid of it. It's gone. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Fires to the right. And they're not on the same page there.
Things aren't going to get better for this offense, guys, until their quarterback becomes more accurate. Obviously, that was the problem the last game out. Completed less than 50% of his passes there. And he's doing it again here. You just can't score points if you're not completing throws.
Wants to throw again. Under fire. He's going to take off. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out route. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
And the Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Might be changing the route. Looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He wants a big play here late. Fires into traffic and intercepted. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And they'll take over.
Such a hard position to be successful in when you know you need 2 scores and it's under 2 minutes. The defense, look at them. Great job playing pass, understanding the situation, breaking on the football, and ending this football game.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Touchdown, Buffaloes! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, it's a final now, and one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Florida dominated almost from wire to wire, and a game like this makes you harken back to those Chris Leak, Tim Tebow, Brandon Spikes teams that won it all in 2006 and again in 2008. Never know what can happen when 2 good teams face off, but even the most plugged-in ACC fans have to be surprised by this one, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. One running back in the backfield, and he has it. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
And this defense is more than happy with the offense running the football. They've done a great job today. I mean, they've really made this offense work so hard, earn everything they've gotten, and that's why this lead is ballooned like it has.
Might be calling a hot route. Gonna swing it on second down. The throw to the outside is complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything. There is a flag. Let's see what that's about. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Wants to throw on first down. Here's a throw downfield late. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, trying to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
The Ducks have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Offense will use a timeout. 19 seconds left in the game.
Timeout, Oregon.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Wide receiver going in motion. Off play action. He wants it all. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be third down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
They'll run it here on third and goal. Jumped on top of the pile. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock.
Timeout, Colorado.
A fourth quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the looks. Got to score the touchdown on fourth and goal. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. He'll set up to throw. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
And these aren't easy situations for these offenses, man. Like, it's a known passing situation. The defense is playing coverage. Nowhere to go with the football, forces the incompletion, and this one is all but over.
Fires to the wideout. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Wants to go up top. They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one.